Hi, everybody. It's me again. How you doing? Came here today to read another story from Edgar Allan Poe. This one is The Raven. I hope you enjoy. Let's see. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping board. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this, and nothing more." Ah, distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books secuse of sorrow, somehow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor, entreating at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitant then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more." Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortals ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was whispered word, "Lenore?" This I whispered, and echo murmured back, "Lenore!" Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard the tapping, something louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely this is something at my window lattice. Let me see, then, what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obscene made he, not a minute stood or stayed he, but with mine of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird of beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countess it wore, though thy crest be shorn and shaven thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what the lordly name is on the night's Platonum shore. Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevance bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet blessed with seeing a bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculpted bust above the chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on that placid bust, spoke only the one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour, nothing further than he uttered. Not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than uttered. Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is only a stock in store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of never, nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my sad soul into smiling, straight I willed a cushioned seat in front of the bird, and bussed on my door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking, what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore, meaning in croaking nevermore. Thus I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now bored into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushioned velvet lining that lamplight gloated over, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating over, she shall press nevermore. When methought the air grew denser, perfumed by an unseen censer, swung by Sapphirem, whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch! I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite, respite the nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quoth, oh quoth this kind Nephrem, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether temper sent or whether tempest tossed, thee here ashore, despite yet all undaunted, in this desert land enchanted, on the home of by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Galeed? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, who the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word or sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstanding. Get thee back into the tempest in the night's Platonum shore. Leave no black plume as token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave thy loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never flitted, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and a lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Well, everybody. Oh, hey, Shaggy. How are you? I hope you enjoyed. What did you think of the reading? Yeah, my head was sort of in the story. Sorry about that. Did you enjoy the reading? Someone had asked me to read a creepy pasta, but I couldn't find any that were good at the moment that I felt were a good choice for this. Glad you enjoyed it. I also tried to throw in some emotion when the narrator got really angry. Fine is better than bad, I guess. Let's see, I'm off tomorrow morning. Want to do a hangout? Probably around this time. Tomorrow or later today, I'm going to be going to check out some ancient Japanese armors, and I'll try to tweet some pictures. All right, I'll DM you some. I'll DM you some because with all the spaces, it's not making the reading actually look all that good.